Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, representatives from PAWS More Animal Shelter in Washington told county supervisors to expect a big monetary ask from the organization in the near future as their shelter finds itself in need of a new building. Organization leaders say rebuilding at the current location is out of the question, but relocation won't come cheap either. The shelter needs around 3 acres of space, proximity to the city, concrete flooring, and a sophisticated HVAC system, to name a few expenses. The shelter staff asked county supervisors to partner with them over the next several years as a new building is sought out. It's not a small request, with total costs estimated around $2.9 million, but PAWS Board President Ann Valentine said it was the county's best option. Shelter Director Amber Talbot said she hoped to double the shelter size in the next iteration, but emphasized that it would keep its revolving door philosophy. Supervisors said they would revisit the topic when budget discussions begin. The Mount Pleasant Community High School IJAG program is hosting a hygiene school supplies drive now and through Friday. IJAG students make it a priority to maintain community involvement, and this is only their most recent venture into such things. At this point, the drive has collected over $160 in supplies from community members, as well as more from local businesses around Mount Pleasant and New London. Donations drop-off is at the high school, and that began November 1st and will continue during school hours through November 30th and will benefit Mount Pleasant and Iowa Westland students. Donation suggestions include pen and pencils, notebooks, markers, folders, calculators, toothpaste and toothbrushes, hairbrushes, feminine and male hygiene products, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, and etc. According to Taylor, once the drive has wrapped, the items will be distributed into male and female product bags. For questions or concerns, please contact 641-451-4191 or email 10128@ntpcsd.org. For those unable to drop off donations at the high school, they also invite you to contact them for pickups. Washington County Supervisor will hold public hearings on a lot sale and a demolition for 2 separate properties at their November 29th meeting. The first commercially zoned lot immediately west of the courthouse was acquired by the county in 2017. While officials initially hoped to use it as a parking lot, that idea fell through, and the county now hopes to get rid of it. That land is expected to go up for auction December 20th, assuming no complications arise at the public hearing. The other lot, the site of the former county jail and emergency communications building, is slated for a public hearing regarding a potential demolition. Washington County Auditor Dan Widmer said the county had not yet committed to a future for the property, saying there was no firm plan at this point for the parcel after demolition. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we'll have some more news and the weather.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time to get back to today's top stories. Washington County Special Adult Awards were distributed at the November 6 4-H Awards celebration. Nominations are collected annually and voted upon by the 4-H and Youth Committee. Receiving the 2022 4-H Family of the Year is the Steve and Pam Davis family. What is so unique and special about Pam Davis and her family is that they are now 5 generations deep being involved with Washington County 4-H. Wayland Fire and Rescue will host their 40th annual Pancake Supper next Saturday, November 19th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. The annual supper has been postponed so the community can celebrate and support the WACO football team as it competes for a state title. More on that later in the show. The supper will include pancakes, sausage, and eggs at the fire station. Takeout delivery will be available by calling 319-256-3283. That is 319-256-3283. Drive up is not an option this year. That was the top stories. It is now time for the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Ariola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community. The rain will continue throughout the rest of the evening and into the night. Temperatures are set to drop from 74 degrees all the way down to 25 overnight, setting up the potential for icy conditions. Unfortunately, it looks like today was the last day of warm weather, with the rest of the week being in the 30s. Tomorrow it will be mostly sunny with a high of 36. It'll be partly cloudy on both Saturday and Sunday, with the high settling in the low to mid 30s both days. We will start our work week Monday with cloudy skies and a high of 38. Number 2 WACO took on number 8 Newell-Fonda in the state football semifinals yesterday. More on that after the break.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It's now time for sports.
And now, sports. Brought to you by Fairway.
It was an absolute battle at the Unidome on Wednesday afternoon as number 2 WACO and number 8 Newell-Fonda opened up the 2022 state football semifinals with a thriller, and in the end, it's the Warriors that are moving on to the championship. After blowing an 11-point lead, the Warriors buckled down and rallied in the second half to knock off the Mustangs 29-21. Newell-Fonda's defense played to stop the run, and it was working in the first half. WACO's usually dominant run game wasn't getting its normal push, so quarterback Isaac Oswald had to let it fly, and let it fly he did. Isaac Oswald went 15 for 27 passing the ball, throwing for 197 yards and a touchdown, and he also ran for 15. Reichenbach ended the game with 90 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground, as well as 49 yards receiving. Miller led the pass catchers with 4 grabs for 57 yards and a score. Lichty led the defense with 12.5 tackles on the day, including an incredible 5.5 tackles for loss. Drew Dyers had 10.5 tackles on the day, including 2 tackles for loss. Stefanchuk had 9 tackles and an interception. Waterhouse ended the day with 6.5 tackles, including 4 for a loss. WACO's championship game against Remsen St. Mary's will kick off at 9:30 a.m. on Thursday, November 17th. That's the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This is the Southeast Iowa Union News Break, and I'll see you next time.